one day somebody does something unspeakable to someone else, to someone you hardly knew, and you do something about it, because you can.
This story comes to us from Yahoo News and the Associated Press. The execution of a former Florida police officer convicted of raping and murdering an 11-year-old girl was temporarily halted last Thursday by the Florida Supreme Court. The court issued a stay in the execution for 68-year-old James Aaron Duckett, who was scheduled to receive a 3-drug injection on Tuesday at Florida State Prison near Stark. Duckett was sentenced to death in 1988 after being convicted of first-degree murder and sexual battery. As part of his appeals process, Duckett had sought DNA testing that he argued could exonerate him. A circuit court granted that request, and the testing is still pending. The Florida Supreme Court also ordered the state to address the status of the DNA testing by 5 p.m. this last Friday. If the stay isn't lifted by today, it's not clear when the execution would take place, if at all. So they have today to lift the stay. With a record 19 executions last year, Republican Governor Ron DeSantis oversaw more executions in a single year in 2025 than any other Florida governor since the death penalty was reinstated in 1976. The previous record was set in 2014 with 8 executions. According to court records, Duckett had worked as a police officer in Mascot, a small city west of Orlando. He was on patrol the night of May 11, 1987, when 11-year-old Teresa Maccabee disappeared. She was last seen getting into Duckett's patrol car at a convenience store. Maccabee's body was found in a lake the next morning, less than a mile away from the store, officials said. A medical examiner determined she was sexually assaulted and then drowned. Blood and hair linked her to Duckett. Distinct tire tracks found at the lake matched the tires on Mascot patrol cars. Duckett and Maccabee's fingerprints were found on the hood of Duckett's car. 3 teen girls testified at a trial that Duckett had previously given rides to each of them and had made sexual advances. A total of 47 people were executed in the United States in 2025. Florida led the way with a flurry of death warrants signed by DeSantis. Alabama, South Carolina, and Texas tied for second with 5 executions each. All Florida executions are carried out via lethal injection using a sedative, a paralytic, and a drug that stops the heart, according to the Department of Corrections. Now, we read all the evidence against this guy. Like, everything's pointing to this guy. But he's a former cop, and they're like, hold on. He's appealed. He said that the evidence could exonerate him. So the Supreme Court has said, hold on. Hold on. We don't want to execute our former law enforcement officers like that. We want to make sure, hold on. Even though all the evidence is pointing to this guy. I don't know, but was he set up? Did someone put his blood at the scene? Did someone somehow get his fingerprints and put them on the hood of the car? Did someone take tires that match patrol cars and put them on their car and then pick the girl up later? And we don't know. I want to hear from all of you what you think about it.